Okay, so coming to our comfortable seat this morning. So wonderful to have you all here through one iteration or another. So let's have our Saturday morning yoga to rise and power through that weekend, winning that weekend before we begin. So coming to our comfortable seat, sitting stably through those sit bones, bring those palms up in the lap to receive or down to relax. Lengthen through the crown of the head and soften the shoulders, soften the upper body into that lower body. And keeping that spine nice and tall and straight. It is the job of the spine to keep the brain alert. It's a good way to start the day. Allow those elbows to swing in towards the sideways, soften or close the eyes. And start to take some clearing breaths. In and out through the nose, if that's available to you. And maybe we can sigh it out through the mouth actually. So maybe breathing in through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Just settling in. And again, inhale through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Feel that cooling air draw in and that warming air escaping out. Good. And then from this position, from our comfortable seat, setting an intention for our practice, whatever it may be, whether it's just to feel better, feel more awake, feel rejuvenated. It might be a bodily quality. It might be a quality of the emotions, of the thoughts that you're hoping to cultivate today. So whatever it is, remember that our passion is waiting for our courage to keep up. And then from here, let's bring those eyes to open, press those palms softly in at the heart center, tilt that chin in towards the chest. In gratitude and Anjali Mudra for this special time together. Good, and then from here, we're going to sit nicely upright. We're going to lengthen through those fingertips and we're going to start softly and gently through the neck. So switching the cross of the shins, if you are sitting with your legs crossed this morning, lengthen through those fingertips and allow that head to feel heavy towards that right shoulder while pressing down through those left fingertips and feeling that stretch deeply across the left side neck here. So allow that ear to tumble towards the shoulder, keep those shoulders drawn back, excuse me. Press down through those left fingertips, sit nice and tall, avoid curving the spine. And maybe even lifting through the heel of the palm, so pressing through that left palm, drawing those fingers back to get a deeper stretch maybe. Go gently because it can feel quite strong first thing. And then exhale, release those left fingertips to the floor. Inhale with those right fingertips up and overhead and gently bring that right palm to the ear and draw that head slowly a little bit more deeply towards that shoulder. Just gently settling in, tuning in this morning. And then as we're ready, inhale is to release, come all the way back up to a neutral head, maybe give it a little bit of a wriggle, and then soften that left ear towards left shoulder, tilt that chin towards the sky, lengthen through right heel of the palm for a deeper stretch, or press softly through the floor to feel earthed, feel grounded, supported, stable, whatever you need this morning, so go for that. And then inhale through those left fingertips up and overhead, reaching for the right side, and gently drawing that ear towards the shoulders here. So softening, gently warming up and settling in. Good. Relax those muscles of the face. Keep that belly nice and lifted. And then from here we're going to exhale, release with the fingertips, roll those shoulders all the way up towards the ears, scrunch them up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze on an inhale, shorten that neck. Inhale deeply and then exhale to shrug out. Dropping those shoulders twice more. Inhale, scoop them up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then exhale to drop those shoulders. Last time. Inhale, scoop them up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then exhale to drop them back down. Good. Excellent. From here, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. I'm going to shuffle back a little here so that you don't lose my head. And then we're going to bring those soles of the feet together, press those knees open towards the side of the room. Again, untuck any flesh from underneath the sit bones. If you have a blanket or anything that you want to pop underneath the bottom to tilt the hips forwards, you can. Okay, so reach for that now, scoop it underneath. And so soles pressing in, heels can walk further in towards the body or further away, depending which part of the body you'd like to get into. So closer the heels are in, the more we get into those adductors around the outside of the hips, the further away we start to get into the hamstrings a little bit more. Okay, so pick your favourite option this morning, and then we're going to reach those fingertips up on an inhale. Maybe part those first 3 fingers, reaching up, pressing pinky fingers and thumbs together. Inhale, lengthen, open wide and open those shoulders, drawing those shoulders away from the ears. Press that heart forwards. Inhale, exhale to reach it back up. And then exhale to fold it forwards over those toes. So fingertips can rest wherever they lay. Maybe you can bring those thumbs to the insides of the soles of the feet. Maybe you make some circles through the thumbs to massage those feet. Maybe you interlace the fingertips, wrapping those toes. However you get there is fine. Just gently folding forwards. And the spine can round gently here as well. So you can round the spine softly as long as you are mindful of that low back as you fold forwards. So folding forwards, soften those shoulders away from the ears. Just allow that head to pour towards the mat. And take some quietening breaths in. Softly allowing the weight of those knees to open. And then from here we're going to inhale through the spine, roll all the way up. And we're going to walk the feet as wide as the mat. Press through the fingertips behind us, and we're going to windscreen wiper the knees. So we're going to drop the knees over towards the right and press through the outside of that right foot and down through that left knee as we scoop the tailbone under a little. So pressing through those hips, getting a little quadricep stretch on that left hand side. And then from here, we're going to exhale, draw those feet back through centre and go towards the other side, pressing through the inside of that right foot, turn that heel out, scoop that tailbone under, draw the tummy in, keep those shoulders open. Good, and then exhale back through centre. Okay, from this position we're going to lengthen through those heels, come into our Dandasana, tall and strong like a staff, untuck that flesh, sit nice and tall, spread out through those toes, maybe give them a little wiggle to wake up, say hi toes, good morning, and then bring those palms either side of those hips or behind with the fingertips placing comfortably so the shoulders are nice and open. And then from here, you know the drill here, we're going to press through the heels. So we're firming through the thighs, lifting on those kneecaps, all the way into those hip flexors, the deep core muscles. Press through the heels, almost so that the heels come off the floor. Okay, so stretching to that Achilles tendon at the back of the ankles here. And then exhale to strongly release and point the toes towards the front of the room. So really curl them down. Again, keep pressing down through the backs of the knees, the calf muscles, engaging those legs all the way up to the thighs, into the hips, belly drawn in. And then again, inhale, press through those heels, draw those toes back, lifting those heels a little off the floor through pressing through the backs of the calves, strengthening here. You'll start to feel that heat already coming into the lower body, I hope. And then exhale to curl those toes forwards, rolling those shoulders back, keeping that heart lifted. And then inhale to sit nice and tall. From here, we're going to inhale, reach those fingers up towards the sky. And we're going to come into our Buddha Namaskar. So a nice little twisting, a nice little spinal awakening. As we exhale over towards the right hand side, open those palms, give me a wave. And then exhale to bring that forehead towards the floor, hug those elbows in. And then movement with breath as we inhale back through centre, reaching up. Exhale over towards the left, planting those palms, lift that back hip up and lower. And then movement with breath, inhale, reaching up. Keep that belly nicely engaged, so we're twisting from the belly, drawing the belly in towards the spine here. So it's a gentle spinal twist, so we're nourishing those internal organs, giving ourselves a metabolic boost for the day. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, open those shoulders to reach for the floor, forehead rests. Squeezing and drawing it up and in on those pelvic floor muscles. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale towards the left. Back hip lifts. Press through the arms, so a gentle strengthening for the shoulders as well. Inhale up. Exhale, opening. Buddha Namaskar. Earth salutation. Inhale up. Exhale towards the left. Lift that back heel up. And then inhale back through centre. Good. From here we're going to exhale and sweep those arms behind us, fingertips face in. Walk the feet in towards the body, feet hip width apart. Roll those shoulders back, lift that heart, press that heart up and come into reverse table. Drawing those shoulders open, lengthening the tailbone towards the backs of the knees. Nice strong stretch for the hips, the belly, the shoulders, the chest. Maybe you can walk the feet forwards a little. Press through the toes, maybe the heels, and lift it up. Keep that heart nicely lifted, fingertips turned in, spread those fingers broadly to protect those wrists, keep lengthening the tailbone. Inhale it up, and then exhale, bending at those triceps, those elbows to softly lower back down, okay? From here, a little bit of hip opening. So from this position, back into our Dandasana, sit nice and tall. First two fingers are around the big toe mat of that right foot, and draw that right knee out towards the right hand side as we bring those left fingertips towards the floor. Open the chest and then exhale to release it down towards the floor. You can support behind the knee if you prefer, and just draw the knee in and out towards the chest, okay, pressing the air out as you lift in and inhaling as you release out. Otherwise, to get deeply into those hips, take it out towards the right hand side and move with that breath. So inhale in, exhale it out, keep it moving. And keep opening and deliberately rolling that right shoulder open as you draw that knee out towards the side of the mat. Keep it going, keep the belly muscles drawn in. So gentle strengthening there as well. Movement with breath. Keep those left toes drawn back. Okay, and on your last time, we're going to bring those fingertips to the inside of that right foot or the outside. I'm going to go for inside here. Flatten the palm against the sole of the foot. Sit nice and tall and press through the foot into the hand. Drop that right shoulder. Reach those left fingers up towards the sky. And as you do, press through those toes up towards the sky. Then exhale to open into a twist towards the left hand side. Reaching for the back of the room, lifting that heart and drawing that right knee across towards the outside of the mat, the outside of the shoulder. Holding here. And then exhale to bring that right foot across behind that left knee. Reach those fingertips up. And exhale to fold it forwards, bringing those palms to the inside of that right knee and those right toes as we gently fold it forwards, keeping those left toes drawn in. So deep stretch for the hamstrings on the left hand side here. Keep those shoulders away from the ears. Exhale out, keep that belly drawn in, lift that heart, lengthen through the crown of the head, the spine, and then inhale to reach it up. Exhale to release that foot alongside. We're going to go for the other side now. So from here, first two fingers, big toe mound of that left toe. Right fingertips behind us. Inhale to sit nice and tall and exhale to draw that knee out towards the side of the room. Again, you can support in and out from the chest if you prefer. Movement with breath. So inhale to open and movement with breath to release it down. Moving from the belly, keeping that heart lifted the whole time. So exhale in, inhale out. Exhale in, opening, inhale out. Exhale in, inhale out, keep it going. Inhale in, or exhale wherever you are in the breath is fine. Good. Keep opening, releasing, softening that heel alongside the right foot. Good, a couple more. Keep that left shoulder away from the ears. And then inhale to bring those left fingertips to the inside of the sole of the foot, flatten the palm against the foot, press the foot against the palm. Reach those right fingertips up and overhead as we draw that left knee out towards the side and exhale to open towards the right side of the room. So sort of holding ourselves in a sort of balance here, okay, so that sort of arm against the foot as a sort of counterbalance as we lengthen through those right fingertips and lift and open the heart. Think of something you're grateful for and send out some love. Sending out some love to all of you at home this morning, as you know. And then from here we're going to exhale to bring that left ankle behind that right knee. Inhale to reach those fingers up and then exhale to fold it forwards, elbows come in towards centre behind those toes and lengthen towards the floor. Press through that right heel, draw those right toes back and feel that strength and that weight and that length coming into the hamstrings as we fold forwards the shoulders away from the ears. Holding here. Exhale it out. Keep that breath slow and steady. Good. And then from here we're going to inhale, reach it up. And exhale to open, lengthening alongside. Little sitting balance before we start to come to a higher level. So we're going to draw those feet in towards the body. First two fingers around those toes and open those knees, okay, towards the side of the room. Walk the heels in. So you can support from the toes or the outside edges of the feet. We're going to rock back into the sit bones. Draw those soles of the feet in towards the body. Open those knees towards the side of the room like a little seed, okay. Drop those shoulders away from the ears. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Take it into a balance here. And then this is where you may want to wrap the fingers around the toes to help with this next movement. Keep that belly drawn in strongly, that heart lifting as you start to open those right toes towards the right side of the room. And hold it here. Leg can be bent or straight, okay, but keep the shoulders open and soft sort of nice and ease in the upper body here. And then exhale through centre. Inhale to open towards the left. Again, knee can be bent or straight. Body can be a bit cranky first thing in the morning, so it doesn't have to come all the way to straight. And then exhale towards centre. Now continue in that motion, opening alternate feet, or you can try to open up the heels at the same time, press through the toes, the heels, draw those shoulders back, lift that heart and come into a balance pressing through the heels, okay? So keep lengthening through the crown of the head, make sure you've got space behind you to roll over if you need to. So many a time I've rolled over backwards on this one, so holding that nice and open, feel nice and open, opening to the day. Good, whatever the day promises, whatever's ahead. And then from here, with control and going carefully on the heels, we're going to see if we can gently fall forwards into our Upavishta Konasana, so a forward fold here. Keep those toes drawn back, press with those heels, shuffle back into those sit bones. And then from here, we're going to reach those fingertips up on an inhale, get nice and tall, maybe crawl it over from one side to the other, a slow awakening for the side waist. So we've done a lot of core work already, so now we're lengthening through the side waist here, keeping those shoulders nice and soft. And then inhale through centre, roll those shoulders back, and then exhale to soften forwards, palms face up, shoulders away, spread those palms broadly to give that maximum space, creating that space for the chest, the heart. Folding forwards from the heart though, so try and keep the spine long from here, so lengthen through the crown of the head. If we drop the shoulders, press the heart forwards, and then we get a nice sort of straighter spine for that low back here, which is more protective, has a protective quality. Keep those toes drawn back, maybe those fingertips come in towards centre, maybe you bring the forehead towards the thumbs, maybe you stack the fists and open the elbows. Just find a nice open fold position that's nice and comfortable. And if you're sitting up here fine and you can feel the stretch, brilliant, wherever you're at. Just gently opening those hamstrings, stretching them out. And releasing forwards. Hold it here. And then as we're ready, inhale to walk those fingertips back in towards centre. Give ourselves a helping hand, scoop those knees in. We're going to swing those legs over towards the left and twist towards the right. Sit nice and tall. Look over that right shoulder. And then from here, we're going to exhale, swing those legs round towards the right hand side. Sit nice and tall. And take it into twist over towards the left hand side. So knees can be stacked, or we can press through that right knee and lift that back hip a little to take it deeper. And then curl the tailbone under and draw the belly in as we sit nice and tall. And then from here, we're going to exhale, swing those legs all the way back around and come on to all fours, okay? So bring those shoulders over those wrists, spread out through those fingertips, and come onto the tops of the feet, pressing through all of the toenails here. Fingertips facing forwards, nice and spacious across the chest here. And we're going to come into a little bit of Virasana action, a bit of tiger action. So from here, we're going to draw those shoulders up towards the ears, and then inhale to roll them down as we press the heart forward and lift the tailbone up towards the sky. From here, we're going to exhale, curl from the tailbone around that spine and press the floor away. Chin towards chest. And then again, inhale to roll those shoulders back, press that heart forwards. So articulating every part of the spine as you roll on down and press that heart forwards. And then from here, we're going to exhale and draw that right knee in towards the chest, lifting that belly in towards the spine and drawing those toes back. From this position, we're going to inhale and press that right foot all the way up towards the sky, keeping those hips level. So try to avoid opening the hips, instead keep them nice and level. Nice flat back and lift that belly slightly, okay? Shoulders dropping down away from the ears, belly nice and engaged. And then from here, we're going to inhale to lengthen through those left fingertips, palm faces across the mat. From this position, we're going to start to pulse that right foot and those left fingertips up towards the sky, okay? Slow, deliberate movement, creating your own resistance here. Keep building some strength, toning the belly, toning the buttocks, those hamstrings. So pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale to release. We're going to open that right hip towards the right side of the room now. So turn those right toes out. And then from here, we're going to come onto the forearm of that left arm and scoop the tailbone as we draw that right knee round towards the tricep. Curl and round the spine, maybe allow that head to dangle a little as you curl the tailbone under. And then we're going to inhale, press through that right heel and open that hip up, really stretching to your maximum length through that right heel and keep that hip nice and open. So turn those toes gently up towards the sky. Keep that right elbow in, that shoulder away from the ears as you press through the heel. And then exhale to curl and round. Bring that knee back in towards that right tricep, round the spine. And that left elbow should be roughly in line with the right wrist here, okay? And then as we're ready, inhale to open those hips towards the right side of the room. Turn those toes up towards the sky, so enjoy that sort of spiral movement in that hip socket there. Maybe a little bit of clicking and crunching going on first thing. Press through that heel as if pressing through the wall behind you. Look over that right shoulder. And then again, exhale to scoop and draw that tummy in. Bring that knee round towards that right tricep. Allow the head to dangle, to soften through the neck. And then from here, we're going to inhale. I'm going to walk back a little bit. Inhale and press through that right foot, landing on the floor. Pressing through all four corners of that right foot. We're going to bring those fingertips back a little, so those shoulders are now coming back over those wrists, and bring that heart forwards a little till you feel a stretch in the hip, the right hip, and into the groin. Keep the belly lifted, tailbone pressing straight back towards the back of the room. Take an inhale here as we lengthen through those left fingertips out towards the left side of the room. And then exhale to scoop that left wrist behind right and reach for those right toes. Inhale, reach those right fingertips up as we twist towards the right. And then maybe those right fingertips reach for the right hip, the spine, or the opposite hip crease, and drop that right shoulder away from the ears and really open that chest, drawing the right shoulder away from the ears. So we look up towards the right. Keep pressing through that right foot, and the right foot doesn't need to be quite high up near the face. It can be down low near the bottom corner of the mat. Just pressing through the heel, feeling nice and stable, getting a nice stretch into the groin, into the hip, into the shoulders, a side waist, a really nice sort of twisty, spirally rinse out in this position. And then from here we're going to exhale and unwind those right fingertips up and overhead. Walk those fingers forwards, left fingertips reach alongside, walk them back in. Lift that heart, scoop the belly as we slide that right foot across all the way towards the left. Press through the outside of that right foot. Squeeze the thighs together in this sort of cross-legged position. Scoop the tailbone and look over towards the left-hand side, shortening that length of the left side waist as you do. So squeezing that left side waist in, lifting the belly in, again strengthening those core muscles, the side waist, lifting up on the pelvic floor also. And then as we're ready, we're going to exhale and slide it all the way back. Step through those right toes, press through the heel, bring those shoulders back over those wrists and sort of tuck the tailbone underneath, draw the belly up, and then lift those left knees in towards the chest, drawing back the toes into a sort of cheetah here. Holding here. You can bring the shoulders down a little to make it more of a sort of plank pose, a deeper strengthener for the core. And then maybe exhale to lift the hips a little. Take an inhale and then exhale to softly lower all the way back down. Same thing on the other side. So as we're ready, shoulders over those wrists, fingertips facing forwards, knees hip width apart, pressing through all of the feet, so pressing through the toenails. And again, inhale, rolling that heart forwards for a couple of cat-cows. So inhale into cow. And then exhale, curl the tailbone under, lift that belly in, press the floor away. Exhale the air out. And then inhale to roll those shoulders back and press the heart forwards, keep those elbows drawing in, nicely parallel. And then on our exhale, we're going to scoop that left knee in, draw those left toes back into our sort of cheetah here in preparation for Vajrasan, our tiger pose. And then on our inhale, we're going to press through that left foot all the way up towards the sky. Come nice and stably through those palms. Remember to keep those hips nice and level. So square off those hips towards the floor, lift the belly, lengthen the tailbone, and then reach those right fingertips forwards and get real length into the shoulders and through the fingers here. From this position, we're going to start to press that left foot up towards the sky, and then we're going to pulse it out with the fingers and the toes. Okay, so from here, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And then exhale to lower onto that right forearm, right elbow level with the left wrist crease. And then we're going to start to open that left knee towards the left side of the room and turn those left toes up. Look over that left shoulder as we then exhale to curl that knee round towards the left tricep, scoop the tailbone, draw that belly in strongly, and then inhale to press through that left heel. Look over left shoulder, really stretch it out like a cat stretching, and then exhale to curl it back around. Draw that navel in, tap that knee towards the upper arm, and then again inhale to open. Turn those toes slightly up as you press through the heel, keep that belly lifting. And then again, exhale to curl that tailbone round, draw the tummy in, allow that head to dangle. And then again, inhale to open. Looking over left shoulder, nice and stable through the arms. And then exhale to curl it back round, draw that belly in. Good, and then from here, we're going to inhale, press through the outside of that left foot, so press towards, step out towards the left of the room. Walk those palms back, so those shoulders are back over those wrists, press that heart forwards. Get a gentle stretch going through that left heel, maybe turn into that right hip a little, so press through the foot and look over towards the right a little to get a deeper stretch here. And then as we're ready, we're going to inhale, walk that left palm in a handprint, reach those right fingertips up, keep that belly lifting, and then exhale to slide that right palm behind, lower onto right shoulder, left fingertips up and overhead, reach for those toes with those right fingers or work towards, keep pressing to that left foot, keep lifting that belly, drawing that tailbone underneath you, and opening towards the left. Maybe draw those hips back a little to get deeper into that right shoulder. Just holding in this position here. Slow the breath down. And then as we're ready, exhale to slide those fingertips back in towards centre. Come back through onto all fours. Slide that left foot all the way around towards the right now. Press through the outside of that left foot. Scoop the tailbone, squeeze and press those thighs together. Lift the belly and look over towards the right, shortening that right side waist now as you draw the belly in and twist towards the right hand side, keeping those left toes drawn back. Holding there. Deep inhales, smooth exhales. And then as we're ready, we're going to exhale, slide onto those left toes, press them back. Walk that right knee back towards centre, shoulders over wrists. Press through that left heel, get a stretch through the calf muscles, maybe get a little bit of lift through that right knee. And then we're going to draw that right knee straight up, and you can stay in a sort of plank style with those hips quite low. Or you can start to press through and lift those hips up and bring those shoulders back behind the wrists a little into a higher cheetah here. Holding here around that spine. And then as we're ready, we're going to exhale, set it back down. Walk those knees together, swoop those arms alongside the body, press through the backs of the wrists and allow those shoulders to round softly towards the floor. And then we're going to prepare to move. So hug those elbows in towards the side, activating those upper arms, getting into those shoulders, stretching the wrists. And then as we're ready, we're going to inhale to rise up. Reach those fingers up towards the sky. Exhale to interlace those knuckles behind the low back. Press through the knuckles, through the floor, maybe into the feet. And open that heart towards the sky, stretching across the belly skin as we curl the tailbone under. Get a nice little heart opener going here. And then from here we're going to exhale to come all the way up onto the crown of the head. Bring those hips up and over, sliding onto the crown of the head. And then inhale, we're going to come back to a sitting position. Exhale out. Inhale, reach those palms up, draw the belly in. Exhale, opening and then sliding those fingers behind, opposite cross of the pinky fingers here. So switching sides, press through the knuckles, open and lift that heart, drawing those shoulders behind us. Scoop that tailbone under. Nice stretch for the belly here. Nice heart opener again. Make yourself receptive. Prepared for all of life's challenges. And then exhale to draw the belly in. Start to bring the crown of the head towards the floor. Knuckles towards the sky as the hips come off the heels. Into a hair Shashankasana variation, and then exhale to release the palms towards the low back. Inhale to plant the palms forwards, tuck those toes under, bring the belly towards the thighs, and we're going to step those feet out towards the outmost edge of the mat into a wide-legged dog here. Allow the crown of the head to dangle towards the floor, soften those shoulders away from the ears, press through those heels, and then maybe we lift one heel and then the other heel and slightly bring those knees across the body. So taking the dog for a little walk. Just gently does it, and then find a position with the heels parting and the toes in. Settle into a sort of moment of stillness here. Lengthen from the tailbone all the way through the crown of the head. Press the heart towards the floor. Press and anchor down through those heels. It doesn't matter if they don't touch. And then from here we're going to inhale, look up. Exhale to jump the feet in towards centre. Put the belly towards the thighs as we bend those knees and press through the heels. Lengthening through those hamstrings. And then inhale to look up, put a bend in those knees, and then see if you can land, hop or float towards the front of the mat. Keeping that tailbone low, landing softly. Roll those shoulders back, inhale, lift and lengthen. And then exhale to fold it forwards. press through the heels. Maybe step those feet apart or keep those knees bent, whatever works for you. So find a comfortable stretch here. Uttanasana, forward fold. Good, and then from here we're going to step back a little, so shuffle back onto your mat if there's limited room in front of you. And then from here we're going to lift the belly from the thighs and float the arms out towards the side of the room. Flatten the back as we gently lift up a little, and then we're going to exhale and swim the arms forward. Bring the palms to facing and come into the heels a little as we keep that back nice and flat. Lift the belly, lengthen through those fingers, and then exhale to turn the palms down. We're going to bring those elbows towards the side and open through the shoulders with that head reaching forwards. Keep that back of the neck nice and long. And then inhale to reach it forwards, turn the palms in, come into the heels. Exhale to draw those palms out towards the side of the room, roll those shoulders back, lift that heart. And then inhale to reach forwards, palms are facing. Exhale to open towards the side of the room. And then inhale forwards, palms are facing. Exhale, palms face down, and from here we're going to swim it forward. So we're going to swim that right palm forwards, come all the way back, turn the palm out, and then inhale to reach it forward. Switching sides, look over towards the left. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale to turn it forwards. Keep this going. Inhale towards the right. Fingertips face up, palms out. Exhale, face it down. Over towards the left. Inhale, swimming up. Over and lengthen. And then both arms this time reaching forwards. Inhale, rolling those shoulders back, reaching those palms up. And then exhale to reach it forwards. Exhale, on our next exhale, we're going to fold it forwards, press into those heels, get a nice long stretch here. Maybe you reach for the outside, the big toes with those fingers, or maybe you don't, okay? But from this position, we're going to bring the weight forwards into the balls of the feet, lift the belly, and see if you can transfer the weight into that left foot and gently lift that right heel up, balancing in place, okay? Using the belly muscles like crazy here. Maybe you lift and lengthen through that right foot, maybe you wobble around a little bit, that's absolutely fine. So just finding a little balance, and then exhale to release it down. Inhale, roll those shoulders back, lift the heart. And then exhale to press through that right foot and lift that left heel up, maybe even out towards the side of the room a little. And then exhale to release it down. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale, put a bend in those knees and fold it forwards. Allow those fingertips to dangle towards the floor, head folds forwards, pouring into the floor, that upper body. And then from here, we're going to flatten the back on an inhale. Reach those palms out towards the side of the room. Press through the heels to rise up deeply. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Press through the heels. Stretch those hip points forwards. And then exhale the palms to press. Whew, quite a strong one for the back muscles, that one, okay? So now we're going to prepare to move a little bit more, okay? So from the front of our mat, I'd recommend a drink now because we're going to get warm, okay? So have a sip of drink and I'll meet you at the front of the mat. Okay, so as we're ready, we're going to meet into Tadasana at the front of the mat, big toes together, heels apart, drop those shoulders back over those hips, lengthen tailbone, draw the tummy in. And let's take a little Surya Namaskar, okay? So from here, all four corners of the feet, inhale to reach those arms up towards the sky, and then exhale to fold it forwards, hinging from those hips. Exhale it out, plant the palms either side of the feet, roll those shoulders back on an inhale. Exhale to bend those knees and step it back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Press through those heels, heels apart, big toes slightly in. And then from here, we're going to bring it forward, so shoulders over those wrists. You can drop to the knees if you'd like to. Otherwise, come into our plank. And then from plank, we're going to roll onto the tops of the feet. Slowly sink those hips as we roll the shoulders back and sink the tailbone down. Take it to a nice gentle back bend. Up dog, or you can come into your baby cobra if that feels more comfortable. Press that heart forwards, lift that belly in, lengthen the crown of the head, and then exhale to reverse back the way we came, bending in those knees, belly to thighs. Back through Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Inhale to look forwards, exhale to step, hop or float towards the front of the mat. Landing softly. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, float those arms towards the side of the room, flatten the back as you reach on up, and then exhale the palms to press in front of the heart. Okay, let's try that one again. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinging from those hips, folding forwards. Exhale the air out. Inhale, roll those shoulders back, put a soft bend in the knees, plant the palms, and either step, hop or float towards the back of the mat through Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. From here, exhale, shoulders come over those wrists or drop to those knees for baby cobra, knees, chest and chin. Coming forwards otherwise onto the tops of those feet. Sink those hip bones down, roll those shoulders back, press the heart forwards. Nice whole body, upper body stretch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tuck the toes, move from the navel, put a bend in those knees, belly towards thighs, turn those heels out. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog, exhale the air out. Inhale to look forward, step up or float towards the front of the mat. Keep the tailbone low, lift the heart as we roll the shoulders back on an inhale, and then exhale to fold it forwards, heels turn out slightly. Inhale, flatten the back, press through the heels to rise up on an inhale, and then exhale the palms to press in front of the heart. A little bit quicker now, okay? One movement per breath. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, folding forwards, lengthening. Exhale the air out. Inhale, lift, put a bend in those knees, plant those palms, and exhale, step, hop or float, landing either in Adho Mukha Svanasana or Chaturanga with the elbows bent. From whichever position, we're going to slide forwards into either baby cobra, knees, chest and chin, or into our up dog, coming onto the tops of the feet, rolling those shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale, tuck those toes, belly towards the thighs, press through the heels, heels turn out, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, look up, step, hop or float, landing towards the front of the mat, keep that tailbone low. Inhale to lift the heart, keep the knees bent. Exhale, folding forwards, heels turn out. Inhale, lift the belly, rising up, rooting down through the feet, fingertips reach up. Exhale, the palms to press in front of the heart. Last time, inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, folding forwards, hinging from those hips, keeping that belly engaged. Exhale. Inhale, lift and lengthen, bend those knees. Exhale to step, float or hop towards the back of the mat. Adho Mukha or Chaturanga with bent elbows. From here, either rolling forwards, shoulders over wrists, coming into your high plank into up dog, or knees, chest and chin for baby cobra, sliding the palms alongside the ribcage and sliding forwards into your baby cobra from here. Lengthen the tailbone down the thighs, roll those shoulders back, and then exhale, tuck the toes, draw belly towards the thighs, reversing back the way we came, heels turn out, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Inhale, look forward, softly bend those knees, step, hop or float towards the front of the mat. Inhale, roll those shoulders back, lift the heart. Exhale, folding forwards. Breath comes out. Inhale, flatten the back, float the arms all the way up towards the sky, reaching up. And then from here, we're going to exhale straight into our Garudasana. From our Tadasana pose, we're going to put a bend in those knees and bring that right elbow on top of the left. From here, we're going to sweep that right palm all the way around, with the thumb still facing in. And we're going to scoop that left foot around and wrap it around the right thigh. Sink the tailbone, toes can rest on the floor. Lift that belly, squeeze the thighs, or you can wrap the foot all the way around, but keep those hip points forwards. We're going to inhale to reach those fingertips up towards the sky and hold it here. Into our Garudasana Eagle. So imagine we're sort of scooping and cuddling in those lovely, great big feathers as we sweep and wrap the arms here. Lengthen through those fingertips. A real challenge for the balance, particularly in the morning. As we bisect the gaze here, the drishti is sort of cut in two by the position of the fingers, or the feathers, shall we say. Tailbone lengthens down the thighs, squeeze those thighs together, lift the belly. Press with the palms of the hands, or just cross at the shoulders, reaching for opposite shoulders if that feels better. Sort of breathing into that space between the shoulders and holding it here. From this position, we're going to exhale, unwind that left foot, and lengthen through those fingers into a sort of warrior three here, with those left toes pointing down. Imagine pressing through a back wall. Behind you, maybe even have a wall behind you to press through, and coming into our standing balance here. Then from here, we're going to exhale, sweep that left foot straight forwards, lengthen through those toes, draw those toes back, fingertips still reaching up, a real challenge for the balance in the belly here. And then exhale to unwind and step it back into Tadasana and release. Roll those shoulders back. Whew! Okay, from here, same thing, opposite side. So from here, coming into Tadasana, opposite side now. Sink that tailbone down. We're going to wrap that right foot around the left this time and either press through the toes and squeeze those thighs in, lengthening that tailbone. Or that right foot can wrap all the way around behind that left calf and bring those hip points forwards. Left elbow on top of right this time. And left fingertips sweep all the way around. Lengthen through towards the sky, bisecting the gaze, soften those shoulders away from the ears. Keep that belly drawn in, sink a little bit deeper. Keeps adjusting as you sink, so keep lengthening tailbone, lifting the belly as the fingertips reach up. Breathing into that space between the shoulder blades and hold it steady. Holding gently. Fixing your gaze at something not moving across the room. And then from here, we're going to exhale, unwind and come into a sort of warrior 3 balance, pressing through that back heel, lengthen through those fingertips. Keep that back nice and flat, right toes point down. Keep breathing into that space between the shoulder blades. And then from here, we're going to exhale, swing that right foot straight forward, straighten up, lengthen through those fingers into a standing balance. Hold it here. And then exhale to unwind and step it back into Tadasana. From here, inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, folding forwards, plant those palms. Inhale to roll those shoulders back, put a bend in those knees, and exhale to step it back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Press through those heels here and take a breath, pressing in particular through those index fingers and those thumbs. And then from here, we're going to inhale, bring those shoulders over those wrists, and you can tap that left knee down, or the right knee down. But then from here, we're going to lift that right heel up, okay? So we're going to either be on that left knee with those right toes lifted, or press through those left toes and come shoulders over those wrists. From this position, we're going to slide it forwards into our cobra, keeping that right heel lifted. Bring those shoulders forwards, bend at those elbows, all the way down, keep that right foot up. Exhale to bend in at that left foot and rest it against the right thigh, palms alongside the low ribs, and then bring those right toes in for a flying locust here. And then from here, we're going to exhale with control, stretch those toes back, come into those left toes, reversing back the way we came. Inhale to lift it up. Exhale to step it down. The same thing on the other side, okay? We'll practice it once more to just give you another little run at it, okay? So pressing through the index fingers and the thumbs, we're going to inhale, lift that left heel straight up. Exhale, you can come onto that right knee if that's more comfortable. Otherwise, shoulders over those wrists, draw that belly in, keep that left heel lifted. Exhale to lower through those arms, bring the shoulders down and slide onto that top of that right foot. Bending in at those right feet and bending in those right toes, palms alongside the low waist, resting on the chin for flying locust, Shalabhasana, holding here. And then exhale to release, come into those right toes, keep that left heel lifted, belly nice and strong, press it up and back, inhale. And then exhale to softly release. Whew! Once more on either side, okay? So even if you can't bring that foot quite onto the thigh just yet, just bend in at the feet and kind of just sort of make the shape of the pose, but keeping the belly drawn in, okay? So from here, we're going to inhale again, lift that right heel straight up, toes point down. Exhale, coming forwards, and you can drop to that left knee if you'd like to, otherwise shoulders over those wrists, lengthen through the spine, belly draws in. Exhale, bend at those elbows, hugging in towards the side waist, and lower all the way down. Keep that right heel lifted, and then bend at those right toes, bend at those left toes, and support that right thigh with those left feet, bending into our flying locust. Inhale, resting on the chin. Exhale, with control to release the toes. Reverse back the way we came. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale, softly release it down. Whew. Last time, as we're ready, slow down the breath. Extra breath here. Whew. And then inhale to lift that left heel straight up, press through right heel. Exhale, shoulders over those wrists, keep that left heel lifted. Exhale to bend at those elbows, bring the heart towards the floor. And then bending in at those right feet, and then bending those left toes in, supporting left thigh with right foot. Resting on the chin with those shoulders away from the ears, flying locust. And then exhale to release the toes, tuck them under, left heel lifts. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale, softly set it down. Good. From here, we're going to inhale, look forwards. Exhale, put a bend in those knees and hop it forwards. Inhale, roll those shoulders back, rising up, flatten the back. And then exhale, put a bend in those knees to softly fold forwards. Hook those opposite elbows and then maybe part the feet. Heels might be turned out and we're going to gently rock through our pendulum here. Just starting to smooth down the breath again. We can feel that heart rate rising a little. So let's slow it down. Gently swinging from side to side. And maybe coming to a point of stability, of stillness somewhere in the center. Draw those shoulders away from those ears and feel those forearms drawing in, lifting up towards the forehead as they do. Maybe those fingertips trickle down towards the floor. And you come into a restful Uttanasana forward fold. Slow it down. Just for a minute, not for too long. Good, and then as we're ready, we're going to inhale, lift it up. So put a bend in those knees to help that low back if you need to. And then from here, we're going to heel toe those feet in till the knees are parallel. Sink that tailbone down as we reach those fingertips forwards into our Utkatasana, our fierce pose. Scoop that tailbone, lift that belly in and lengthen through the fingertips. Hold it here. Then from here we're going to exhale, swim that right palm back and come into those toes if that's okay, otherwise stay in the heels. And then exhale to release it forwards, inhale, reach it up. Exhale to come into the toes, rock it forwards, keep that belly lifting. Inhale to sit back and reach it up. Exhale, come into the toes, swim it back with that right palm. Inhale into the heels, reach it forwards. Exhale over towards the left, come into the toes. And then inhale to reach it forwards. Again, exhale over towards the right, into the toes. Inhale, set it back, reach it forwards. Exhale, back into the toes. Keep those knees parallel. And then inhale to set it forwards. Ooh, hang on a sec. And then from here, we're going to exhale, fold it forwards, pouring that upper body towards the mat, stretch it back out to the hamstrings. Easing that tension in the low back here. And then from here, we're going to inhale, lift that belly and reach those fingertips out towards the side of the room and rise it up on an inhale. And then exhale, bring the palms to press in front of the heart. Good. Have another sip of drink and I'll meet you at the front of the mat. Whew. Excellent. Okay, so as we're ready, big toes together, heels apart, soften those shoulders over those hips, hips over knees, knees over ankles, Tadasana pose. From here, we're going to inhale, sweep those palms up towards the sky, reaching up, interlace those fingers, index fingers reaching up, and then we're going to step that left foot back, putting a bend in that right knee. So right knee bent over right ankle and lengthen through those fingertips, keeping that back heel lifted. Put a soft bend in that back knee to scoop that tailbone under and straighten up the hip points as you reach it up towards the sky. Inhale, lift and lengthen, then start to press through that back heel in our crescent lunge. And then from here, we're going to exhale, lengthen it forwards. Bring that heart over that thigh and feel that strengthening in that right thigh as we lengthen towards the front of the room. From here, we're going to bring those palms to press and twist it over towards the right-hand side into a twisted high crescent lunge. Press those palms together, roll those shoulders back and look over that right shoulder. Good. Hold it here, sink those hip points a little deeper, press through, slide those back toes back a little, make it a deeper stretch. Holding here. And then from this position, we're going to tuck those toes back under and straighten up, opening towards the right-hand side. So open those palms, rising up into a sort of warrior two arms, and we're going to reverse it. So right palm comes across towards left thigh, left palm turns back and reversing. Inhale to lengthen. From here, we're going to exhale, bring those left fingertips forwards, just inside but ahead of that right foot, and sweep those right fingertips up behind us. From here, we're going to bring that weight forwards into that right hip and see if we can come into a balance and straighten up through that right leg. Bring that right palm to the hip or turn it out towards the right, holding into our twisting half moon, okay? Keep that right shoulder away from the ears, those left toes pointing down, press through that left heel and hold it here. Hold it for a little bit longer. And then from here, we're going to exhale, step it back, put a bend back in that right foot. Plant that left palm down, and then from here, see if you can bring that right foot in towards the chest, slide it out into a side plank, and you can come onto that left knee for this. Reaching those right fingertips up towards the sky or stacking the ankles into our side plank here, holding there. Left shoulder over left wrist, and then exhale, draw that right knee in towards the chest, twisting back towards the front of the mat, step it forwards. Bring those left toes towards the center of the mat and reach it back up into our high crescent lunge. Inhale, scoop that tailbone under, lift the belly. And then exhale to plant those palms either side of that front foot. Step it back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Press through those heels. Inhale to look forwards, put a bend in those knees and softly land or walk towards the front of the mat. Inhale, roll those shoulders back, lift that heart. Exhale to fold it forwards, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift those palms flat in the back to rise up on an inhale. And then interlacing those fingertips above the head, index fingers point up. We're going to step back with that opposite leg. So step back with the right foot this time. Sink through both knees as we scoop the tailbone and then press back through that back heel. Inhale to lengthen through our high crescent. And then exhale to slide it forwards, bring that weight over that left thigh. Left knee bent strongly over left ankle. Keep pressing through that right heel, lifting that belly. So try not to rest the belly on the thigh, keep the belly lifting if you can. Exhale, reaching forwards. From here, we're going to bring those palms in towards the heart and twist it over towards the left, twisting high crescent. Maybe slide those right toes back to sink a little deeper. Use the twisting action from the belly to open those shoulders towards the left and look over that left shoulder, holding here. Good. From here, we're going to inhale and open those palms towards the left side of the room. Lift the belly from the thighs and we're going to reverse. So right fingertips reach up towards the back of the room, left fingertips across towards the right. Keep the belly lifting, tailbone tucking and reversing. Inhale to lengthen through those right fingertips. Really open that chest, soften that left shoulder away. And then exhale to plant those palms either side of that left foot. From here, you can support with both palms or bring that right palm across, right shoulder over right wrist and slide it back into a side plank, Vashisthasana. Keep those hip points lifting, belly drawn in, lengthening down the tailbone. Draw those toes back, otherwise left foot can be behind or in front. Stacking those ankles. Remember you can rest on that right knee. And then from here we're going to exhale, draw that left knee back in towards the chest, scoop the belly in, twisting towards the front of the mat. Come into those right toes and returning to our high crescent from here. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Again, put a soft bend in that back knee to lengthen. And then exhale to stretch it out. Inhale to lengthen forwards over those toes. Step it back. And to our high plank this time. So keep those hips nicely sort of level and the back nice and flat from here. Now we're just going to practice a little bit of extra core work, okay? I know you love me for this. So we're just going to either tap alternate knees down. Oh, hang on. Okay. We're going to tap alternate knees down from our high plank. So it's either going to be tap the right knee, press for the toes, tap the left knee. Otherwise, for a deep burn, you might want to do both knees, okay? So with me, as you're ready, either alternate knee taps, right, then left, or both knees. Maybe it's right, then left, then both knees. But we're going to do a few of these rounds, okay? So I'm going to go right, left, both knees. Right, left, both knees. Right, left, both knees. Again, right, left, both knees. From our high plank, I'm going to push back into our Adho Mukha. Walk those feet forwards, part those heels, press with the index fingers and the thumbs. Take a nice long deep inhale here. Deep inhale in. Smooth exhale out. And then from here, we're going to look up, put a bend in those knees, cross at the shins if you can, and jump through to sitting. Lengthen through those heels, sit nice and tall. Reaching those palms up towards the sky. And then from here we're just going to take it into a gentle twist over towards the right. So opening that right shoulder, sitting nice and tall, drawing those toes back. Make this a nice long stretch. Deep, gentle twist towards the right, opening across those collarbones. Holding here. Good. And then as ready, we're going to exhale, bring it forwards. Inhale to reach it up. And then exhale to twist over towards the left. Open those shoulders, press with those heels, draw those toes back. Sit nice and tall. And then from here, in just a breath or two, we're going to unwind and come into Anavasana or our boat pose. Okay, so from here, prepare to move. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale to walk those heels in towards the body and hug those knees in for a moment just to get a nice straight back. So dropping those shoulders, pressing that heart into the thighs, so pressing the chest, the belly into the thighs as you sit nice and tall. And this is the sort of right alignment for the spine here, okay? So when we come into our Navasana in just a moment, we're going to want to keep that same length through the spine, okay? So soften those shoulders gently outwards, broaden across those collarbones, and then as we're ready, we're going to start to come into the toes, keeping that same spinal alignment. We're going to open those palms towards the side of the room, draw the belly muscles in, soften through the elbows, make those shoulders nice and soft too, and then from here we're either going to lift one heel and then the other heel and work up to it, or maybe we can press the thighs together and keep those knees bent. Ooh. I got a little message. Can everybody see and hear me okay? Any issues? Are we all good? Ooh. What's happened?
Just sent you a message to let you know.
Yes.
All good.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. Good.
YouTube has dropped out.
Of the whaty?
YouTube has dropped dropped out.
Oh, okay, yes, I noticed some doorbells ringing. I kind of assumed, but thank you. I always need to know. I hope you're not all balancing in a Navasana now. Rest those belly muscles on this bit. Thank you.
Okay,
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Vincent. Okay, so walking those toes in. So soften those shoulders out, palms facing in. Maybe alternating or squeezing both the thighs together. I quite like this one if I'm feeling quite lazy, with that where I can bring my wrists behind my knees and I can feel really elegant and strong, even though I know I'm giving myself quite a lot of support, but it's quite a nice one. We're still activating the belly muscles, but without overexerting. Keep those pelvic floor muscles drawn up and in. Keep those toes drawn back, and then maybe you can start to slide those palms alongside the body, and we can extend one foot from here. From this position, we're going to inhale, reach those palms up. Exhale, bring them behind the ear, behind the head even. Keep that left knee bent in and twist gently over towards the left, pressing through that right heel. Inhale back through centre, put a bend in both those knees. And then exhale to twist towards the right, drawing right knee in and left leg extended. Inhale back through centre, both knees are bent or straight. And then exhale to bend that left knee, twisting over towards the left. Inhale through centre, lifting up. Exhale, twisting towards the right. Last time, inhale, lifting up. Exhale towards the left, draw left knee in. Inhale towards centre. And exhale towards the right. Woo! Inhale back towards centre. And then from here, we're going to gently lower, using those belly muscles. I'm going to shuffle forwards. Using those belly muscles, come all the way to the floor. Walk those feet as wide as the mat. Allow those knees to rest in. And bring one palm to the navel and one to the heart. And allow those shoulders to soften towards the floor. Just take a moment here to draw some breath, knowing that you've worked super hard this morning, and very soon you're going to be earning a lovely, an opportunity to absorb your practice in your Shavasana. So just take a moment to feel grateful for your body taking you on this amazing journey inwards this morning, boosting the metabolism, tapping into that deep well of energy, and starting our weekends the right way. From here, we're going to hug those knees in towards the chest, give ourselves a hug, and roll off onto that low back a little. So make some circles on the low back. One direction, then the other. And then maybe taking a happy baby, so hugging the outside edges of the feet, drawing those knees in towards the armpits, lengthen the tailbone towards the floor. Maybe roll around a little from side to side. Good. And then from here, close off those knees. Draw those knees across the body towards the right hand side with that right palm supporting that thigh tenderly as we open towards the left with those left fingertips at shoulder's height. So resting here in a gentle supine twist. Maybe you'd like to extend your left heel out for a deeper stretch and bring those right toes in towards the bottom. It's up to you, in a cat putting its tail, or maybe you prefer a gentler twist this morning. And then exhale to draw those knees back through centre. Lengthen the tailbone towards the floor, soften those shoulders towards the mat. And then exhale to draw towards the left and open towards the right. Gently does it, softly twisting. Taking some care of the spine here, just allowing ourselves some time to nourish that spine. That spine that is so busy holding us upright and sending messages all day long. And then exhale, draw those knees back in towards centre. We're going to fire up once more. So from here, we're going to lengthen through those heels and reach those fingertips up and overhead. And then from here, we're going to exhale, use those tummy muscles to fire up into a forward fold. Okay, so the knees can stay bent or straight. Okay, you can walk them out a little bit wider if that feels more comfortable. But coming into a final Paschimottanasana, drop the shoulders, lengthen from the heart. Bring that belly over those thighs. Maybe you're sitting up, maybe you're down. No, it doesn't matter. Just feel and enjoy the stretch. Enjoy teasing and coaxing that body. Body can do it. Sometimes it really is just the mind that is stiff. And then as we're ready, again, using those belly muscles, release those toes. Use the belly muscles to roll on down into your Shavasana. I'll talk you through a little rest. I'm going to dim the lights my end. What difference it will make, I do not know, but I'm going to try. So find your way to a final rest. So you will lose some heat. So if your room is a little bit cool at home, it might not feel cool at the moment, but you will lose heat. So maybe find yourself a blanket, pair of socks, a jumper, and then come to your Shavasana. So what we want to do in our Shavasana is ensure that our spine is nice and straight but not stiff. So a nice line of energy from the neck through the tailbone. So check that you're not sort of twisted or curved out of shape at all. And then just imagine the whole of the back sort of opening towards the floor. So sort of lengthening and sinking in towards the floor, the whole of the spine, the whole of the back body. And it might be that you need to rest with the knees in and the feet apart so that you can take the weight and the effort out of the hips and the pelvis. Otherwise, extend those legs, slide them outwards, toes roll open. And then slide those arms out alongside you as well, palms facing up. And just allow those shoulders to drop down away from the ears, and you can press through the back of the head to release those shoulders down. You might find they then stick in place, which can feel quite nice. And then you can just relax into it. So allow the whole body to soften towards the floor for a deep release. A deep, well-earned release. If you haven't already, close the eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And then maybe sigh it out through the mouth. Believe it or not, it takes strength to let go. Deep inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Sigh it out. And then final deep breath in through the nose. And exhale to sigh it out through the mouth. Complete rest. Bit of a journey into your power this morning. So hopefully you can start to feel this deep well of calm. We are tapping into allowing the release of some bursts of energy to sustain us through the weekend. So feeling balanced, feeling peaceful. Notice how the body feels, the temperature against the skin, the weight of your clothes against your body, the weight of your body against the earth. And then just taking a moment to bring that awareness to the heart, the emotional centre, checking in with the emotions. Perhaps there's a difference to how you were feeling at the start of class. And then scanning a little higher up to between the brows, scanning those thoughts. Perhaps those thoughts are feeling a little clearer than they were. The head a little less muddy. And then as we rest in our Shavasana, just allowing ourselves to consider the merit, the significance of fearing less and hoping more. So fearing less and hoping more. And then knowing this idea that while yoga may not change necessarily the things that we see, it certainly transforms the person who sees. And that people who may consider the glass to be half full or half empty are rather missing the point. The glass is refillable. So here we come to our mats for many reasons. One of those reasons is that we have the opportunity to fill our cup. It is true that it is not possible to pour from an empty cup. So filling up on life, on your intentions, positivity, and allowing the committee of rest to work on our conscious and subconscious challenges. And then as you're ready, start to lengthen and deepen that breath. Start to coax the body into some small movements, fingers, toes, wrists, ankles. Maybe yawning, stretching, getting ourselves tall and long. Putting ourselves to our full height. And then maybe giving yourself a hug with the knees in, or just reaching for the shoulders with opposite hands. And then gently rolling onto your right hand side and pause for a moment before pressing yourself back up to a comfortable seat facing this way. And we'll bring those palms in front of the heart and tilt the chin in towards the chest. In reverence. We made it, yay! Palms in front of the forehead for loving thoughts, to the heart center for loving intentions, and to the lips for loving communications. Thank you so much for your beautiful morning practice. I hope you have a beautiful weekend, and I can't wait to see you all again really, really soon, some as soon as tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, lots of love, namaste.